everybody. How are you doing? It is coming to the end of summer, which I'm a little bummed about because we have a pool in our backyard that we built last year and we didn't get to enjoy it. So this year is our first year and I'm just not ready for pool season to be over. I'm a good Texas girl who loves the heat, so I'm hanging on to summer as long as I can. Thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time to watch me, welcome. My name is Shelly Loving, and I teach people how to cook healthy. I don't sell a product. I don't sell a powder or an expensive, all organic thing to help this magic thing to help you get healthy. I just teach you how to shop at your everyday grocery store, how to read a food label, and how to make simple, easy, and healthy recipes for you and your family. So without further ado, I am gonna make, so yesterday on my Instagram stories, I took a poll and I asked people, what do you want? Do you want me to make homemade pickles? Do you want me to make desserts? Or do you want me to make a lunch idea? And the dessert won by a long shot. So I thought I would whip up a healthy dessert. This Instagram live is going to be a little shorter than normal. I try to keep them under 30 minutes. This one's probably gonna be more like 10 or 15. I know you're busy and I know you have things to do. So let's get started. We are gonna make the easiest, peasiest chocolate mousse you've ever made in your life. This thing is so good. So I made this a few weeks ago. I was experimenting and I almost ate the whole bowl, and so probably don't advise that, but yeah, so I can't wait to make it again because I'm out and I'm ready to restock. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the ingredients. Now, our first thing that we need to do is I have a can of coconut cream, not coconut milk. You want full fat coconut cream because we want as much of the solid as we can get. Now, this is kind of a tricky recipe because I didn't measure this part, so write this down if you can, but you're gonna have to experiment in your own kitchen to get the right ratio because every can is different. Some of it has more cream than liquid. I haven't tried refrigerating it beforehand. The only reason I didn't, because sometimes it gets too hard and then it won't blend into a creamy mixture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour out the coconut water and save it. I'm gonna save this probably for I'll do a smoothie tomorrow and put that in the smoothie so we're not wasting anything. But I don't want any of that coconut water in this recipe. I want all the cream I can get. So see the rest of the can is coconut cream. So we're gonna take it and put it in a bowl. Oh, there's a little bit of coconut water coming out the bottom. I'm just gonna pour any liquid out that I can because we want this to be chocolate mousse. We don't want it to be chocolate water. Now, if you want to experiment in your own kitchen and refrigerate this first, most of this will become a solid. It just sometimes gets a little too solid. So you could also experiment, maybe put it in the fridge for an hour if you want it a little fluffier. Anyway, I'm doing the easy version today to just show you how to make it, and then you can experiment with that on your own. All right, so now we're gonna do cacao powder. I talk about this a lot. If you have a recipe, let's say you found a recipe years ago on Pinterest, or let's say you have an old family recipe and it calls for cocoa powder. One little step that you can healthify that, I don't even think that's a word, but I've created that word and I use it all the time. So one way you can healthify your recipe is to change it to cacao powder, C-A-C-A-O. Cacao powder is the same as cocoa powder, except it's in its raw form. Cocoa powder, the beans have been roasted. Cacao powder, they are raw. So the nutrients are much greater in a cacao bean rather than a cocoa bean. So that's just one way to healthify it. Still tastes just like chocolate, but you're gonna get a lot more nutrients and a lot more antioxidants if you use cacao powder. So I don't even buy cocoa powder. This is all I have in my kitchen. All right, so we're gonna do about half a cup of cacao powder to 1 can of the cream part of coconut cream, if that makes sense. You really want, so let me show you, we're gonna see how this specific recipe turns out because I just opened the can before the class, and my measuring cup says that out of that 2-cup can, I have a little more than half a cup of coconut water. So that would tell me that I have 1.5 cups of coconut cream. And let's see how that ratio works out. And then when you make it on your own, you'll know how the ratio should be for the consistency. Mine may end up being watery and I may need to add more coconut cream. So this is kind of an experiment. The coconut cream part's just a little tricky. It's like opening, you know, a surprise. Every can is different. All right, now we're gonna do some maple syrup because we do want our chocolate mousse sweet. Notice I'm not using white refined sugar, and I'm not using, I'm not using a fake sugar like Sweet and Low or anything like that. I'm using straight up maple syrup from the tree, 100% pure maple syrup. You can get it anywhere really. I think this is the Walmart brand, but it is 100% pure maple syrup. So we're gonna do 3 tablespoons. If you like it a little sweeter, you can do a little bit more. You don't wanna lose the flavor of the cacao powder. Maple syrup is one of my favorite sweeteners. It's lower glycemic than your white refined sugar that causes a spike in your blood sugar, causes inflammation. So I am here to tell you, eating sweets is okay. Having a sweet craving is okay. You just want to make sure you're not eating the overly processed with corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup and white refined sugar desserts like those packages that you see in the aisles at the grocery store. You just want to control your sweetness, what kind and how much, by making your own. If I wasn't talking on camera, this would take me 3 minutes to make. All right, so now we're gonna turn on. I recommend a hand mixer because it's gonna give it that whip effect better than if you were to put it in a blender. So, hold please while I whip this up. Now you're gonna wanna scrape the sides. I start off slow. If you start off on high, honey, you're gonna have cacao powder all over your face. And nobody wants that. So we wanna keep it in the bowl as much as we can. All right, now I'm gonna turn it up a little bit now that the powder is not everywhere. I'm just turning the bowl, you know, just like, makes me look like a professional baker, doesn't it? I am not. I hope baking experts never watch me cook because I am not a baking expert at all. Oh yeah, baby, this ratio is gonna be perfect. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just scrape down. I have a little bit of cacao powder on the sides. That cacao powder, man, it's like cinnamon. It just loves to stay in that powder form, and it's a little booger to combined. There we go. Ooh. This is a guilt-free dessert that is not going to leave you still wanting something sweet. It will instantly fix your sweet craving. If you have been following me for a while, you know I am big on maple syrup, I am big on cacao powder, and I'm really big on coconut products. Coconut products are so good for us. They're loaded with antioxidants, and coconut cream is loaded with that good, healthy fat that we need. I use coconut oil in a lot of my recipes, so anything from the coconut, I highly recommend. Did you know coconut water is actually an electrolyte? So instead of grabbing those nasty sweet, drinks like Gatorade and stuff, grab coconut water. Super hydrating, full of electrolytes. Look how fluffy that's getting. So when you're done with this, it's not gonna be cold, so you wanna stick it in the fridge for just like 30 minutes and then you can devour it. I'm gonna put it in a little bowl and show you what it looks like. All right, I'm gonna scrape it one more time. Yum, y'all. Look at that deliciousness. All right, I'm just gonna give it one more whip for about 10 more seconds. I hope everybody's having a good summer. If you're watching this, put something in the comments. If you wanna try this, give me an emoji. Let me know you're out there. Okay, I think I have, oh good, I've got people watching live, fun. Of course, when this is over, I'm gonna put this video in my IGTV, so feel free to go back and watch it if you wanna watch the ratios again and all that jazz. Share it if you want to. All right, I'm gonna pour this in a little ramekin. Watch how pretty, let's see if I can get this on camera. All right. Look how silky velvety that is. Oh man, so pretty. Yeah, we're having this for dessert tonight. That is for sure. And I'm probably gonna have it for dessert at lunch too. You know why? Because if I have a sweet craving, it's okay. and these ingredients are healthy, so I'm going for it. Now, no chocolate dessert is complete without topping it with chocolate, right? So you could take a dark chocolate candy bar and get fancy and take like a grater, peeler, and peel the chocolate, and it'll do those chocolate rolls and lay them on top. But I don't have a chocolate bar, so I am doing dark chocolate. I love this brand, by the way, HU. I'm not even sure if it's Hue or Who. I think it's Hue because it says get back to human. But they are delicious dark chocolate snacks. They also have like cacao covered or cocoa, I don't remember. They have chocolate covered cashews and things like that. I get them at Whole Foods. I'm sure you can get them on Amazon. So anyway, love these. These are one of my new favorite go-tos when I'm wanting a sweet treat and I don't have time to make it myself. So I'm just gonna put a few of these on top because why not, right? Why not? Okay, there you have it. Beautiful, simple chocolate mousse made with 3 ingredients, takes 5 minutes to make. It will absolutely get your craving down by if you have a sweet tooth or a chocolate tooth. This is perfect. And thanks for watching. Do me a favor, please put something in the comments that you watched or that you liked it or something. It helps my videos get more views and it helps me get people in their kitchen more. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go for now, but I have one question before I do. What is on your fork? Y'all have an incredible day. Bye.